This is The Extra Point, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast, sponsored by your Phoenix Suns.
All right, welcome in. Nick King here. We've got a very special guest, a pretty epic story. Ashley Shaw, 15-year-old golfer from Litchfield Park, AZ, here in the Valley. She's in New Jersey right now, and she's going to play in an LPGA event this weekend, which is insane and amazing. Ashley, the last 24 hours since you qualified, what has that been like?
It's been extremely surreal. I mean, to be able to even be here on the grounds of an LPGA event, inside the ropes, to be able to play with the best of the best, it's extremely exciting, and I am really excited for this week.
I'm going to guess that it has been a dream, and maybe, I don't know when the dream would have started to play on the LPGA Tour. Could you ever have imagined that it would be happening this fast?
Not this fast. I mean, 18, 19 maybe, but 15 definitely not. And I'm extremely excited and grateful to even have the opportunity to be here and to play in this event, and I cannot wait for this week.
Do you have a favorite player? Is there someone that you're going to see this week and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's, you know.
No, not really. I mean, I just kind of am out here doing my own thing. All these players are amazing players, and I definitely want to be like all of them, you know, playing on the tour week in, week out, and they're all, like I said, amazing. And I want to go out there and just do my own thing and just have fun and enjoy the experience and soak it all in.
So you're not going to be starstruck. You feel like I'm just going to play golf like I always do.
Exactly. I'm not really the one to get starstruck. I'm just out here doing my own thing.
Love that. So the confidence that probably comes with that, like you go into Monday and you're the only amateur teeing it up. When you tee it up, do you feel like I can go out and win this and I can play in an LPGA event this week?
Absolutely. That was my thought the whole time. I am the only amateur in the field, but I'm thinking there's a reason I'm here, and I'm here because I can compete with these players. And if someone has to be at the end of these 18 holes holding this trophy, why can't it be myself? And that's the mindset I had, and I went out there and I did it, and I'm really excited.
How old were you when you started golfing?
I was 7 years old.
Okay. Parents play? How'd you get started?
So no one in my family plays. I'm the first golfer in my family and the only golfer in my family. And my dad, he got me a set of clubs when I was 7. He got them at a garage sale. And at that point, I had done pretty much every sport that you can think of. And he like, why don't you try golf? And I tried it and been swinging ever since. I dropped every sport I did before for golf, and it's taken me places like this that I never could have imagined myself being at. And here I am, 8 years later, playing in an LPGA event.
So what happened when he brings home those clubs? Like, did it click immediately for you? What made you fall in love with it?
I think it's just the amount of, focus it takes to be able to play the game of golf, and it is such an individual sport. All the sports I did before were kind of a team sport, and I can work with other people, but if I can just kind of do my own thing and not have to worry about anyone else, that's probably better for both of us. So golf is just one of those games I can do by myself. I can go out there and just do my thing without having to worry about anyone else or depend on anyone else. If it's me and that golf ball and the hole, we're just trying to get the ball in the hole.
Was there a certain point in the last 8 years where either you recognized or you started to have people tell you like, hey, this talent, you've got some real special talent here?
So it was actually kind of during COVID, because I played tennis as well. And before COVID, I actually played tennis more than I played golf. So there was a point where I was like, I don't even want to play golf anymore. I just want to play tennis. But when COVID hit, during COVID, you can't play tennis because it required someone else, and you can't go out there and play. So I didn't touch a tennis racket for 2 years. So what am I supposed to do during that time? Play golf. And so during that time is when I started getting a lot better at golf and practicing and being out there every day, you don't have to be close to anyone when you're playing golf. So you're just out there and just practicing. And it was during that time where I was like, okay, yeah, this is something I can do. I can kind of like this, and just kept going.
You won the inaugural Steph Curry Underrated Tour. Was that was that a big moment for you?
Absolutely. Winning that event, it was absolutely amazing. The competition in that event was ridiculously good as well. And to be able to win that at TPC Harding Park, it was so much fun. I loved that golf course. And, to be able to meet Steph and his dad and his brother there, it was such an amazing experience, and definitely another moment I will cherish for life.
You talked about, work. This is golf, very individual sport, and like working with others, but you're working with your mom, who's your caddy. Has she always been your caddy, or is that more of a recent thing?
So she's been my caddy for the past 4 years now. Before then, my dad was my caddy.
Uh-huh.
This whole thing has always been a family thing. So we've always done it together. And my mom's actually my coach, and we're together, every second of the day. So this whole thing has just been 3 of us out there grinding away for the past 8 years. It's been amazing.
So mom's your coach, but she never played?
No.
Like, so it became a passion of yours, and she was like, and both your parents, it sounds like they were just like, all right, we're on board. Let's do this. We're all in.
Yep. They said, if you're passionate about this and this is something that you want to do, then we'll support you. And they've done nothing less than that.
As you're on the back nine yesterday, are you aware of where you stand? What are the conversations like with you and your mom?
So my mom actually said this. She said it was probably a good idea. We didn't know they were doing live scoring. We didn't know that they were updating the scores. And so I kind of had a feeling. Actually, I told her before I started, I said, my goal today is to shoot between even and 2 over. Just because the distances are a little longer than what I usually play from. So I was like, if I can shoot anywhere between even 2 over, I will be extremely happy with myself. And I was 3 over on the front nine, and I just said to myself, you know what, if I can get 2 birdies on this back nine and just par everything else, I feel like that'll give me a good chance. And I went out, I birdied 10, I birdied 11, and then I parred everything else. And I was like, you know what, I might be in a good position to win this. And I ended up winning. So
what was kind of the reaction? Like, do you remember kind of looking at your mom as you guys realized what had happened?
So I'm one who I've kept telling myself I was not going to cry. I kept telling myself I'm just going to stand here. I'm just going to stand here and smile. That did not work out too well. I saw my mom, I looked at my dad, and I was like, I realized when I looked at them exactly how big of a moment it was for me to be able to even play in an LPGA event at just 15 years old. All the emotions just came over me, and I'm extremely excited.
Can I guess that they were crying as well, mom and dad?
They were. That's what kept me from keeping myself just smiling.
And obviously this is, an enormous moment for you, but pretty cool that mom's going to be on the bag and it's Mother's Day weekend too.
Absolutely. I told her, I actually asked her before we came here, I said, you are aware, if I make it into the event and we're there on the last day, that we won't be home for Mother's Day. And she was like, you know what? I really don't care, because if we are walking down the fairways of an LPGA event on Mother's Day, that's the best gift you could have given me. And I said, okay.
So obviously to do that, you got to make the cut. The belief level and just kind of your approach now that you're in it is it just kind of like, why not? I'm going to keep doing this. Keep doing my thing.
I'm just going to keep going out there and swinging my club the way I swing it, not try to play anyone else's game. Just go out there, play my game, be myself, and just have fun. And I think things will go pretty good this week.
Okay, last thing. Since we haven't seen you, how would you describe your game? What stands out about it to you?
Usually on most courses, it's how far I hit it, because I hit the ball around, my driver goes around 310, 320. So that's usually what I'm known for. This course, though, not really using the driver as much because these fairways are pretty narrow, much narrower than back at home. So not really pulling out the driver that much. And so on this course, I'd say my strength is my putting because the greens on this course are absolutely amazing. They are so smooth and rolling so nicely. And I told my mom in the not the practice round, the event, I was like, I feel like inside of 5 feet, I just cannot miss just because of how nice the greens are. And so that's definitely my strength going in for this week.
Where do you play in the Valley usually?
So my home course is Sterling Grove Golf and Country Club down in Surprise. So that's where I usually practice.
Okay. And I'm going to say this for the second time, last thing. And going forward, what do you think about as big ambitions, goals, dreams? How do you see it playing out?
I definitely want to play D1 college golf. And then after that, I want to play, like this week, I want to do it every week. I want that to just be, instead of a dream, a reality. It's already become partly there, me even being here, playing my first LPGA event at 15, that I want to continue the story and to just be out here every week and having fun.
Love it. Ashley, this is so cool. You're a great interview. 15 years old, and we're going to be following this story very closely for a long time, I have a feeling. So best of luck this week. You and your mom and dad have a wonderful time, and we'll talk to you in the future.
Perfect. Thank you so much.